Hello and welcome to Benussi Law TV. Today we're going to talk about international family law, and I have to say that if I'd been sitting here 20 years ago, this wouldn't have been a subject we'd have been discussing, because international family law was very little heard of. I'm pleased to tell you that today I've got Denise McKenna with me. Denise joined Benussi Co 6 years ago. She came from Lovells, one of the top London practices, where she dealt with civil and commercial litigation. She decided to change to family law and has now created for herself a niche in dealing with aspects of international family law in the practice. So Denise, what is it that you discuss with the client at the very beginning that gives you your framework to decide whether they're going to be one of our international family clients?
Well, increasingly people have close connections with more than one country. It's often said we live in a global society fueled by a global economy, and increasingly clients have international and in some cases truly global business interests. So from the very first discussion with a client, we're considering if there's an international aspect to their case. So we're asking ourselves questions like, have they got dual nationality? Where are they domiciled? Where is their habitual residence? Do they have significant assets in an overseas country? Do they receive income in another country? If there's a foreign element, it can mean there's a choice of jurisdiction. And why that's important is if their relationships break down, where they get divorced and consequently which laws govern the determination of the financial claims and the arrangements for the children can lead to very significant differences in outcome. Okay,
so you're looking at things like habitual residence, you talked about, those sound very technical, but you've got questions you ask that identify the answer that you want.
Absolutely.
And they are trying to find England as jurisdiction because...
Well, financial outcomes and arrangements for children vary hugely following a divorce, depending on which country you're in. So, I mean, as lawyers, we're in the business of achieving the best possible outcomes for our clients. So what we're doing is we're assessing what the client's options are, and where there is a choice, we want to secure that the proceedings are brought in a jurisdiction where the client will achieve the most favourable outcome.
Okay, and we all read in the papers that England is the jurisdiction of choice, so you're trying to see that they will fit into that criteria? It
depends on what's the best outcome for the client. I mean, it's often said, as you say, England is the divorce capital of the world, and that's because financial outcomes between countries vary hugely. For instance, how is the court going to treat a prenuptial agreement? Is it going to order ongoing spousal maintenance? What are the court's powers of disclosure? The key thing is if you think you have the possibility of bringing proceedings in more than one country, to take advice early in each jurisdiction. And we work very closely with lawyers in other jurisdictions, particularly across North America and within Europe, because it's very important that the client gets that advice and gets it early. Within the European Union, certainly, with the exception of Denmark, the first to validly issue and serve proceedings conclusively secures jurisdiction. So what you need to be aware of is that if you're taking advice, it may be that your spouse is doing the same, and they may be looking to bring proceedings in a jurisdiction which will give them the most favourable outcomes.
Thank you very much, Denise. We didn't talk about children, but we do actually have international family cases involving children. One of Denise's cases involved a Pakistan case where after 4 years we did get the children back in the United Kingdom. So I hope that if you've got any worries that your case involves international elements, you are comforted by watching that and realising that we do have the expertise to help you. Thank you.